Hi everyone, I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Here's your political news roundup for Thursday, September 12th. Secretary of State John Kerry has begun 2 days of meetings in Geneva, Switzerland with Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. They're discussing strategy for Syria and its chemical weapons. Both President Obama and Russian President Vladimir Putin voiced hope that a diplomatic solution can be found. Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad, meanwhile, told an interviewer his country will be ready to begin handing over documentation of its chemical weapons 1 month after an agreement is signed. He called the timing standard procedure. Putin added a bit of fuel to the fire. The Russian leader penned an op-ed letter published in today's New York Times. In it, he said the prospect of U.S. military intervention in Syria is extremely dangerous. He added he doubts a military strike is in America's long-term interest and that millions around the world increasingly see the U.S. not as a model of democracy, but as relying on brute force, with a feeling that you're either with us or against us. In an NBC News interview this morning, former Defense Secretary Leon Panetta called Putin the last person to be lecturing the United States about human rights. He called Putin's letter an attempt to weaken the resolve of the United States. Firearms advocates in Colorado are claiming victory and a confirmation of their right to bear arms. 2 state senators they targeted for removal from office through recall votes were indeed removed in voting yesterday. Democratic Senators John Morse and Angela Duran were replaced with Republicans. The ousted legislators had provided critical support for a series of state gun control laws. Those laws themselves remain on the books, at least for the time being. You may recall last week we reported that the clerk of Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, had begun issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Well, today, a judge ordered him to stop. Clerk Willis Bruce Haynes claimed a state law barring same-sex marriage was a violation of the state constitution and its prohibition against gay and lesbian marriages. But Judge Dan Pellegrini issued an order saying Haynes did not have the power on his own to determine that law's constitutionality. It was not immediately clear what would become of the 174 licenses Haynes already issued to same-sex couples. That's your political news roundup for Thursday, September 12th. I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for the latest political, economic, and stock market news all day long.